And you are going to, and the problem with SMEs across Africa is they lack mentorship. But the mentors are there. Because where I am right now was where the Dangotes was 20 years ago. And there is no point, and I repeat, no point repeating the mistakes of 20 years ago. We need to leapfrog. We need to jump. We need to run. And we need to see people carrying small business on their back. And that transgenerational approach, that transgenerational handshake needs to happen. And where it can happen is in the chambers of commerce. Because they are experts at what they do. They know it. They've done it before. They can tell you, if you go this route, this is the snag you are going to meet with. And most importantly, they have the connect. I mean, I can just imagine if I want to do business in Ghana and I fly into Accra and I start asking questions. How many people am I going to ask before I get my answers? So, but if I can, as a Nigerian, register with Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry and meet with the experts in the house, the desk for MSMEs or whatever it is, the business that I'm doing, they will tell me what to do. And we can form those partnership alliance without me leaving the corners of my own part of the world. That is where the diasporas can come in. That is where they can register their businesses. That is where they can find a foothold and decide, oh, I want to do this business. Hey, Charlie, this guy is doing this business already and he is struggling. Maybe if you invest 20,000 US dollars, you can have this equity in his business. And because the signatory and the partnership was signed in the midst of brothers and sisters in the chambers of commerce and the industry, they will ensure that it succeeds. They will ensure, because they are vetting before, they would ensure that it cannot take away your money. They would ensure that they police him or her to be able to deliver. So, thank you very much, Mr. Stephen Abbas. It's a pleasure having you here. Once again, a round of applause. I believe I have other speakers online back. I would like you to say hello, hi to me so that I will know those speakers that are back online.
Hi, Adele.
Thank you, Sami.
Hello, I'm here too.
Thank you. Miriam, are you still there? Still there? Still there?
I think it's frozen a bit, but yeah.
Okay, so at this junction, we would like to entertain questions from the audience, please. If you've been writing your questions, if you're going to field it generally, please let us know. If you're going to direct it particularly to any of the panelists, please feel free to do so. Please indicate if you have questions. Thank you, Dr. Jinin. Sorry, we can hear you. We want volume for our speaker, please, so that the rest of the audience can hear.
Hello? Yeah, you can hear me now, right?
Yes, we can.
So thank you. So I wanted to find out, just this question directed to Mr. Stephen. Pardon me if I'm a little bit not much more conversant with the Chamber of Commerce. But something that I pick it up is that there is a difference between the Francophone and Anglophone countries, probably as well with the Lusophone countries. So now that we're talking about, we first of all have the Pan-African Chamber of Commerce, which means it's a body that is supposed to also, and then these kind of structures, operation, and policy on the African continent should be cognizant and having this into practice, particularly if you're talking about AfCFTA. It has to be there. Then how do you connect then from the Chamber of Commerce with the woman or the young man on the street that I saw, selling the water? I mean, I'm from Rwanda, it's the first time in Ghana, and I'm very happy. I'm learning quite a lot. So how do we make sure that those people on the street are connected to the Chamber of Commerce, not only to enable people sitting on those chairs, on the seats, but to make sure they move from where they are as informal to more formalized type of business. Thank you.
Can I answer or?
Please go ahead and answer.
Okay. So I'll give you a scenario. FIFA, which is the organization, the federation that takes care of football in the world, is so powerful that the governments of various nations cannot touch the football associations of the nation, apart from FIFA, which is sitting outside of a nation that controls the nation. If we can get the Pan-African Chamber of Commerce or the International Chamber of Commerce to be that powerful, to the point where, yes, businesses can advocate and stand on its own, then we can change government, because it's the businesses that moves nations. It's the businesses that employ nations. So if we are so powerful, because Pan-African Chamber of Commerce or International Chamber of Commerce is that powerful that the chambers of commerce cannot be touched, then we can head in that direction. I also want to speak in the to your question as to the lady carrying something on her head and me, who is registered with Chamber of Commerce. The reality is that for the lady who carries something on her head on the street to be part of the chamber, whatever he is carrying has to have a business. She has to have a business registered with the in Ghana we call it the Registrar General, for you to be able to register with the Chamber of Commerce. So as an example, she has to be educated for you to understand that, look, you sell shoes on your head. You may not be the only one. There may be thousands of you. You come together as a group, you register yourselves as businesses, you join the Chamber of Commerce, so that when it becomes difficult in terms of tariffs at the port, because people are importing, when you have people, the cobblers or the shoe manufacturers, having challenges with their tariffs or importation because of certain government policies, we can advocate for you. So first of all, the recognition, they have to be recognized by being registered with the chambers, with the Registrar General in Ghana, as in the example of Ghana, to be registered with the Chamber of Commerce, so that we can advocate for them. So on our part, as a chamber, yes, and the chambers of Africa, that's what we need to be doing. Speak to them, educate them, for them to understand the purpose and the benefit of being in unions, so that we can advocate for them. Apart from that, anything that we do, indirectly or directly, will go to their benefit, but they may not feel its impact as unlike they belong to us. So first of all, yes, we need, as chambers of commerce and leaders of the chambers of commerce, to educate them to understand the benefit of being in a union. Thank you.
I have Mr. Benson online. Please, your question. We would entertain 2 questions and let him answer before we take others.
All right. May I continue? Okay. Thank you. And just for the benefit of the technical team, for those who are contributing to questions or making a contribution, if they could add their name and their country, I think that would allow recording also to be a lot easier as well when post-production of the work is done. Thank you. It'd be easier to track who is saying what. Thank you. So my contribution basically, with respect to Guta, I just want to bring up something which doesn't have to be necessarily very sensitive. We've had a lot of issues in Ghana about, these challenges, that Guta, the Ghana Union Traders Association, are speaking to about, traders, Nigerian traders here in Ghana. And we know that some of these things can be resolved very easily. It's a matter of sitting down and talking, number one. Number two, it's a matter of going to the ECOWAS texts as well, because at times it appears that the regional goes ahead of the domestic and they are not aligned coherently. So you'll find that people are playing catch up, to the regional without understanding that the regional has moved on. So what can the Chamber of Commerce propose on, bringing closure to this, to this what in essence is chaos, because it keeps happening each year, and there are solutions. We are talking about private sector, a global private sector. We need to sort this out if we are to move forward in a very positive way. So that's the first thing. The second issue is about, we're just talking about blue economy. And in other countries, they are getting big on blue. We know, for example, in Nigeria, they have this Deep Blue project, which they're really building and capitalizing on. Correct there, right? The Deep Blue. And it's Ghana is also doing its own thing on the blue economy, but somehow you're thinking that we have the Gulf of Guinea right next door. Then we have the Atlantic Ocean. We have all the littoral and coastal countries as well. Why have we not come out with a blue economy program, even from ECOWAS, in a big way? It's one of the things that I'm thinking that ECOWAS could have really capitalized on, getting big on blue economy. What are some of the things that we could, take from here, to ensure that they also speak to some of these issues? And what would happen, finally, to the National Chamber of Commerce having something like a blue desk, a desk which would encourage young entrepreneurs to take advantage of opportunities in the blue economy? Because there are many, even if we have not articulated them in policies adequately or popularized them. What stops Ghana National Chamber of Commerce having a blue desk that would allow entrepreneurs to come to that desk to say that, look, I have an idea, maybe I want to support Ghana fishermen, help them build their boats, and I need funds or something. These are some of the things that I think we can begin thinking about as we go forward about the linkages on how to amplify some of these things. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bensa. Your points, I believe, are ably noted. Unfortunately, we are short of time. I have 1 minute, 30 seconds for each of the questions and one question each. I'm going to call on Mr. Henry Clark, Kisembe, to ask this question. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. I'm called Dr. Henry Clark Kisembo, and I am from Uganda. In lieu of awakening Africa's sleeping giant in the implementation of AfCFTA, I want to highlight and also get an understanding from the panelists. One is, isn't it high time that even the chambers of commerce got awakened? Because when you go to the East African community and the countries there, you'll find that as part of the REX, the Chamber of Commerce is really very silent, and it's supposed to be playing a very pivotal role in driving economic development. But it is silent, and you find that the federation, the private sector federations, foundations, or alliance are taking the position of the Chamber of Commerce in these countries, which means that it is quiet. You don't even hear much of activity from it. So how would that be reactivated? Then two, also, how can they, through the different RECs, this Chamber of Commerce be supported towards visibility and them getting to be known? Because like the lady from Rwanda was saying, people below the bottom of the pyramid don't know about this Chamber of Commerce, yet informally they are running and supporting the economies in our regions. And finally, also, finally is...
Dr. Kisembe, I would like you to stop there so that we can entertain one more question from the other gentleman that raised up his hand. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Please remember your name, your country, and your question quickly.
All right, my name is Benjamin Obin.
Louder, please.
My name is Benjamin Obin. And then I'm from Ghana. My question is, looking at the hawkers who sells on the roadside, they contribute much to the economy. And then they made mention of educating them and then telling them the benefit that they will get when they register and then join the Chamber of Commerce. I want to know, do they have any plan for the hawkers outside so far as the economy is concerned? And what are they doing in terms of educating the hawkers outside there? You will see women carrying things all over. Meanwhile, the government tax them each and every day, which is being contributed to the economy. What is the plan that the Chamber of Commerce in the regions have for them? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, the question, sir. The last question for this session. Dr. Benson. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. My small question, but it's information I want to share with the House. I remember about 6-7 years ago, FAWAZ, that's ECOWAS Chamber of Commerce, came out with a proposal that it wants to create a sea link, ECOWAS sea link, that would link up businesses, that's transportation. Once you realize that goods being transported by road have so many issues to settle before it gets to its final destination. So we came up with this policy that wants to create a sea link whereby goods will be shipped from Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, out to Central African Republic. So I want to know where that project has gotten to. So now that we've gotten AfCFTA in place, right? It's about time that we revisit that project to enhance movement of goods and services along the those with the coastal countries. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And also, I think I'll leave it here because I don't want to.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So it's information I want to share with you.
Yeah, I don't know if Mr. Stefan can put pay to that, or we should just pencil it down. We should just pencil it down and find a solution to it. Mr. Stefan.
Okay. So I would start with the gentleman who brought in the GUTA question. And for your information, in Ghana, GUTA is Ghana Union of Traders Association. And there's this issue of Nigerians particularly trading amongst us in our marketplaces. So I'll start on my personal, not in the position of the chamber. For me,
you are representing the chamber, remember?
No, so I'll come to that. I'll come from my position and then I'll come to the chamber. For me, I'm not in support of saying that not just Nigerians, but anybody who is not a Ghanaian not to trade. Morally, I think that I also have brothers and sisters trading in other nations. So how would I feel if they are being kicked out because their monies may not be in Ghana? The regulations, I think, $300,000 or something like that. So if somebody does not have $300,000 to trade in Angola or in the Central African Republic, should he be kicked out? So no. But the countries of Africa also have their policies, and we have to try to abide by that. So as nations of Africa, that is why we are coming together to trade. We need to find a leverage where any African can move from his country to another country to be able to work and trade. That is one.
We are going to pencil that under what PASI is supposed to be doing, the Pan-African Chambers of Commerce and Industry. so that they can execute that starting tomorrow. Mr. Stefan, I want to say a big thank you to you. You have done justice to some of the questions we have on trade facilitation, on enabling business, on what the Chambers of Commerce has been doing. I have Mr. Frank Mungei, who has 20 seconds to ask his question and be as direct as possible. I would not let you go more than 20 seconds.
Thank you so much. I'm actually not putting a question. I'm contributing to the work on blue economy about what African Union Commission is actually doing. We have got a strategy. We have a recognition of the Year of the Seas and Oceans. But above all, I want us to recognize that there are a lot of resources in the waters in the blue economy, both living and non-living. And it's high time we also explored the deep sea bed mining, because there are so many resources in the sea. You can talk about tourism, you can talk about fisheries, but there are even more resources of the mineral resources that we haven't even thought of exploring. So I thought we should do that. And we have a program. I'm one of the leading programs because of my nature of working as the interim coordinator of the African Minerals Development Center, and I will be able to work with the chambers to be able to explore those opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that contribution. We are going to pencil that down. Our time is fast spent. I want to say a big thank you to all the panelists, and I want to highlight some of the things that Mr. Emmanuel Bensa mentioned about things that are happening outside of our domain that we can copy and paste and use tomorrow. Some of those things we have heard from our panelists. Innovation, Mr. Stephen has thrown a lot of light on what the trade unions are doing with respect to bringing in small businesses. Mr. Benson mentioned what is being done in Nigeria about the Deep Blue Sea project. It is centered on security, on reducing the harm on the sea, and of also reducing the incidents of the happened incidents in the sea across the Gulf of Guinea. It is imperative because without security, without safety, we can't do business on the sea. The maritime is a global business, and it provides an opportunity for all of us to harness our resources. And by the way, as a matter of information, we have the ECOWAS Integrated Maritime Strategy, EIMS, that is a policy that has been there, it is available. It's part of AIMS 2050 policy that is talking to how Africa should implement the maritime sector strategy on blue economy and how we can get it right, what we need to do, creating combined economic maritime zone across Africa. So we will not be wasting our resources. Ghana will do theirs, Nigeria will do theirs, Togo, Benin will do theirs. When all of these nations can come together as a zone and police their waters and harness the resources. The fish in Ghana does not discriminate from the fish in Nigeria. They move so easily. So why are we going to be discriminating the fishermen in Ghana, the fishermen in Nigeria? For crying out loud, if we have a standard, let every African have access to African resources and use it for the betterment of Africa. It's as simple as that. With that, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has contributed. I want to say a big thank you to the organizers of this event and the opportunity given to me. Thank you very much. My name is Dio Dumoye.
ready? Can I say that's good enough for you? All right, you may be. It is good to have a doctor in the house, right? APSS is packed full. We got it all together. Dr.